Governor Ngozi Odu. Now, in the latest twist to the Rivers logjam, the lawmakers listed 19 constitutional infractions allegedly committed by the duo. The way it's seen on the papers this morning is 19 sins that the sitting governor of Rivers State has committed. All right, 19 sins. It's going to be very popular to go down in history. 19 sins. Well, average cost of living has improved further as declining food prices and costs of logistics pushed inflation rate lower at 23.18%, right? Whether it is a cubic or fraction of progress, we should indeed applaud it. Right, we are applauding the inflation now. It has dropped from the 24.18 or 24.80 to 23.18%. Now, latest information reports released on Monday by the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) has showed that headline inflation rates dropped by 130 basis points from 24.48% in January to 23.18% in February. That's something good. Now, the All Progressives Congress APC has berated former Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasir El-Rufai over his vengeful desire to demarket President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the ruling party, and I think is doing a great job in that regard, by the way. But then advising El-Rufai to quit, sulking APC National Publicity Secretary Felix Morka reiterated the party's unwavering commitment to its founding values and progressive ideals, contrary to the former governor's claims. Okay, this bicker is going on back and forth. President of the Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, on Monday accused former governor of Ogun State, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, of demolishing a cement plant project sited at Itori, Ewekoro, local government area of the state, on two different occasions. Now, the Itori plant project's construction commenced on December 23 of 2023 and is expected to be completed in November of 2026. All right, let's move away from that and bring you something from the Federal Capital Territory, where the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, has approved revocation of 4,794 land titles over non-payment of ground rent for more than 40 years. Now, in the central area, Garki 1 and 2, Wuse 1 and 2, Asokoro, Meitama, and Guzape, a total of 8,375 property owners have not paid ground rent in the last 43 years. In the last 43 years, they've not paid ground rent, and they are still surviving. They're still out there. Right. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has appointed Bishop Matthew Kuka, the Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, as the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the Governing Council of the Federal University of Applied Sciences, Kachia, Kaduna State. Bayon Anuga, who happens to be the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, announced this in a statement that was just yesterday, Monday. Okay, that's something. Bishop Kuka now, right? Is this? Yeah, we should congratulate him. And we should let you in on the fact that the All Progressives Congress again and the People's Democratic Party in Lagos State have clashed over the defection of PDP's 2023 governorship candidate Abdul Aziz Olajide Adediran, popularly known as Jandor, okay, to the ruling party. Oh, yeah. While the PDP dismissed his exit they dismissed his exit as inconsequential. They were claiming that he was planted to weaken the party, but the APC welcomed him, saying his return was a boost. Now, did y'all hear that? His return was a boost. So left the APC to the PDP, left the PDP to the APC. Now his return is welcomed with open arms. Was a boost. But let's go to this one here now. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, has distanced himself from the ongoing investigation of his personal assistant Andrew Uchi by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. According to reports, Uchi is being detained by the Anti-Graft Agency over allegations of corruption, bribery, and money laundering, accounting to approximately, listen to it now, wait for it, 10 billion naira. 10 billion naira. Uchi. Uchi. Well, that's his name, though. Don't know how it's pronounced. But I mean, allegations of corruption, bribery, money laundering to the tune of approximately 10 billion. Why wouldn't George Akume distance himself? He would. I would distance myself, especially too. 10 billion naira. It's very heartbreaking. But then it's still alleged, right? In Nigeria, it has to be alleged. Okay, now let's get to this one here. A renewed cult clash in Alogi, Somorin, and Obantoko areas of Ogun State on Saturday between members of the outlawed Eye and Aye confraternities have left about 4 persons dead. It was gathered that the clashes, which occurred simultaneously, saw attacks and reprisals from the outlawed groups targeting individual members. Okay, now I should let you in on the fact that we are leaving Abuja now. We are going to Delta State, where the Delta State Police Command has arrested a suspected gun runner from Kaduna while transporting 7 pump-action guns concealed in a vehicle along the Benin-Asaba Expressway on Monday. It was learned in an interrogation video shared on X, formerly Twitter, by the Delta State Police Public Relations Officer Bright Edafe on Monday that several rounds of ammunition were recovered in the vehicle. All right, give it to the NPF. Delta State Police Command, you are indeed commanding in Delta State. Well, let's just jump right in to the front page of Nigerian newspapers. I'd love to implore you to get onto the YouTube channel right now. Call friends, family, and foes to indeed be a part of it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at Eagles FM Abuja, and do the same for the Facebook page wall at Eagles FM Abuja. All right, leave a comment in the comment section as you're watching this, and of course your thoughts will be heralded via this platform to the world. And you're listening right now to the sound of my voice wherever you may be, and you are asking yourself, am I allowed to also have my voice heard loudly and clearly in the arena of the pages, or what you like to call the newspaper review segment? Oh yes, you are allowed. So let me hand down the numbers to you, though, so you can save it in your mobile phones. 0907 353 0044. Right, that is 0907 353 0044. The other number is 0908 766 8888, right? And the WhatsApp portal number is 0909 705 4450. Wherever you may be watching outside the shores of Nigeria, I don't know what the time zone would be. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you, far too kind. Also, do well to, make your presence felt, make your presence known, leave a comment, and we will indeed notice it, right? But let's get into the dailies proper, right? Looking at this now, got a couple of dailies right here. Vanguard, Daily Trust, The Nation, Nigerian Tribune, the Guardian newspaper, the Punch newspaper. Well, it will be a smart read, so you best want to also leave your smart ears very, very attentive. Let's get to the Vanguard newspaper now. The big stories with Rivers State, okay, where the capital is Port Harcourt. Yes, that Rivers State. But it says, Rivers crisis, that is the kicker. Assembly serves Governor Fubara deputy notice of misconduct. It's got a couple of writers to it now, and his first writer says, we haven't received notice. State government is saying, says state facing gloomy period. All right, adds lawmakers' actions could cause severe collateral damage. Yet another writer to that story, plots to oust governor early July get boost. Okay, 4 emerging scenarios. Oh, okay. Wike's house not attacked, burned. All right, police is debunking that, and lawyers insist on due process. And the last rider for that big story: process for impeaching a governor. Okay, so that's what the big story is about. You'd find that story on page 5. Now, away from page 5 to page 10, party primaries is the kicker. National Assembly mules amending 2022 Electoral Act. Okay, to page 27 now. Ex-governor El Rufai traumatized after losing ministerial slot. APC is slamming this on El Rufai's face now. You are traumatized because you were not given ministerial slot, ministerial position. Now it's haunting you, and you feel that coming after our number one, our Odogu number one, on whom we have passed a vote of confidence on, would be President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Is your next agenda. You have failed. That's what APC is saying with that one, though. But you should get it on page 27. Now, take you to page 4 now. Something coming from the Senate leader. All right, it says beneficiaries of fuel subsidy ganged up against Tinubu's government at inception. Beneficiaries of fuel subsidy ganged up against Tinubu's government at inception. Page 4 holds that story down. And this one here for the sport lovers, it says 2026 WCQ Eagles hit Kigali camp ahead of Rwanda clash. Just above the Vanguard newspaper banner, this very one says, why Nigerian ports are not competitive. Shipping firms are saying that one, and you'd find it on page 19. To page 10, looking popular as well, Dangote Amosun bicker over demolition of cement factory in Ogun. Court to AGF is yet another kicker now. You have no power to prosecute electoral offenders. Oh, to the AGF, you have no power to prosecute electoral offenders. Okay, and to page 9, ground rent is the kicker. Wike revokes 4,794 land titles after over 40 years. Well, to put it rightly, will be 43 years. 43 years of non-payment of ground rent. And these people are still breeding. I'm not saying they should be dead, but I'm saying they're just walking around. They've been walking around for the past 43 years, just like that. But let's get to the Daily Trust newspaper now. The big story on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. El Rufai accuses Uba Sani of siphoning local government funds to UK, South Africa. Siphon, laundered. I never hear stealing. How come, family members, how come nobody ever hears stealing of money? We hear siphon, money laundering, racketeering, misappropriation, mismanagement, embezzlement. That's what we hear. Nobody hears stealing, steal. We don't get stealing. Okay. But, well, that story, though, has got 2 writers to it. It says, no local government receives 15 million naira per month. And the second writer, provide evidence. Shehu Sani challenges ex-governor. That story is so hot that you would find it on pages 3 and 11, okay, with the Daily Trust newspaper. I've got sharp eyes, by the way. But just above that big story, but underneath the Daily Trust newspaper banner, Rivers Assembly's notice of misconduct not addressed to Fubara. Okay, government is saying that one now. Page 18 has got that story. And many injured, houses burned as crisis erupts in Plateau community. Very sad one right there. Saw that story. Was it early hours of today? Many injured, houses burned, crisis erupting in Plateau community in the Plateau. Oh, Lord. Okay, but you see that one on page 6. And this one, Sowore lawyers accompany core member summoned for criticizing Tinubu. This is indeed a show. All right, so this core member went on social media and, in fact, labeled the president as being a terrible leader, terrible president. She said one of her strong points was 77,000 naira alawi. We have not seen it up until now. What is going on? Look at the hardship. Look at the inflation. Look at everything just falling apart and all of that. And It seemed as though she got a call from the high echelon of power. They threatened, they said quite a number of things to her. And she came back on, is it TikTok now? To make a video, or on socials, to make a video saying, my life is in danger. I think I'm being threatened. What did I say? But it does seem as though Nigerians are really rallying around her. In fact, one of such would be Sowore now. Even lawyers are there pledging their support, saying we will be there to support you. We will be there, to stand for you. But you'd find that story though on page 8. Oh, lovely. Well, we see this one here. It says, motorists past night at CNG stations over inadequate dispensing points. All right, it's got 2 riders to it now. Experts urge expansion of filling centers. A second rider, government has no input in it. All right, presidential committee is saying that one, and you'd find it on page 4. And away from the Daily Trust newspaper, as I told you earlier on, I said it's going to be a smart read, so follow me through now. Follow with me, stay with me. Okay, the big story with the Nation newspaper now. House of Reps. Okay, that's not a big story. That's a sub story. The big story: Assembly lists Fubara's 19 sins. Okay. 19 infractions, constitutional infractions. 19 sins of Fubara has been listed there. It says lawmakers ask governor deputy to defend gross misconduct allegations. And the second rider, of course, no letter received by government is what that reads. And you'd find that story continued on page 2 of the Nation newspaper. Just above the Nation newspaper banner now, I'm talking about the heights, the peak, the apogee, the zenith, the top of it now. Drop in food. Gas prices reduces inflation to 23.18%. All right. And it's got one rider to it now. NBS report shows 130 basis points slash. I like family members. Y'all can confirm this to us too. As food prices dropped in your area, it might just be the bone of discourse for 10 o'clock. All right. You best want to keep your fingers crossed there. And to page 7, Dangote to build Olokola Seaport. Itori Cement plans. Okay. El Rufai stands dismissed or diminished. Okay. El Rufai stands diminished with this action, says APC. Page 4 holds that story. Now, House of Reps donates 705 million naira to support Tinubu's humanitarian programs. All right, page 2. House of Reps, they donate it. They are donating it. Okay. All right. Please don't have a misconception. Don't get misconstrued on this. It says House of Reps donates 705 million naira to support Tinubu's humanitarian programs. Where are they donating this monies from, though? I know somebody's asking that. But let's see this one. Lagos Calabar Coastal Road will add 45 billion US dollars to economy, says Oladipo. Page 4 holds that story. Okay, and that would be all with the Nation newspaper. Now we go to the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. I'm starting with the very heights, the peak, the apogee, the zenith of the Nigeria Tribune newspaper front page. It says Nigeria's inflation rate fell to 23.3% in February. The National Bureau of Statistics is saying that one. Page 6 hold that story down. -1 from 6, you get 5, and that brings us to the story. FCT minister revokes 4,794 land titles over non-payment of ground rent for over 40 years. Let's get you to the big story, which you will find on page 15. Rivers Assembly lists 19 sins of Fubara. All right, it's got a couple of riders to it, though. Basically, that will be 3 riders precisely. First rider accuses him, deputy, of gross misconduct, moves for their impeachment. Fubara says lawmakers frustrating his efforts to implement Supreme Court judgment. And the last rider now, what Constitution says about removing a governor. That is a lot. Page 3 holds this story down, says order EFCC to retrieve my seized assets from buyers. Ex-Minister Diezani begs court. Please, court, order EFCC to retrieve my seized assets from buyers. All right. Ex-Minister Diezani is begging the court. Page 3. Add 1 to 3, you get 4. Oyo Ogbomoso Road, contractor moves to site. All right, to this one now. Protest rocks Abuja over relocation of Benue Tribunal. We're still having this conversation now. CSOs petition CJN NJC. Page 17 holds that story. Now to page 28. Tinubu appoints Bishop Kuka pro-chancellor. Yeah, we saw that one already. And that would be all with the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. The Guardian newspaper now this morning. The big story: eyes on Rivers CJ as impeachment plot thickens against Fubara deputy. Eyes on Rivers CJ as impeachment plot thickens against Fubara deputy. Page 6, written in red there, you'd find that story. Just above that story now, the big story that is: dissociate from El Rufai's deceptive politics. Southern Alliance warns Obi Atiku. Page 3, you'd find that. Dissociate from El Rufai's deceptive politics. Southern Alliance warn Tinubu. I beg your pardon, they warn Obi. They're warning Obi now and Atiku. All right, how did Tinubu come from Atiku, please? Atiku and Obi, not Tinubu. All right. So let's get to page 5. Threat to arrest Natasha anti-democratic. All right. Threat to arrest Natasha anti-democratic. All right. CUPP warns. Page 5 holds that story. To page 29 now. EFCC docks Chinese Nigerian for alleged 3.4 billion naira cyber fraud, economic sabotage. All right, there are strong faces right here on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. I see our dear beloved President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's face. I see Fubara's face. I see Wike's face. I see Amawole's face. I see Koko Ekon, right? Yes. Oh, yes. Okay, Kekerekun. Yes, Kekerekun. That's a face is also there. This really looks like a face-off. But lingering court order, litigation trails Shell's $2.4 billion divestment. Page 6. And to page 29 now. AGF lacks power to prosecute electoral offenses. Court rules. All right, and this one says. Nigeria Brazil $1.1 billion green project kicks off. Page 3. To another page 3, looking popular if you ask me. Debt servicing fell from $540 million to $276 million, says CBN. Alrighty, and Nigeria's inflation sustains downward trend, slows to 23.2%. All right, page 15, you'd find that story. All right, Jandor returns to APC as PDP describes exit welcome relief. Jandor. That sounds to me like a movie title, but actually that's like a nickname for someone with the APC who has gone to the APC from the PDP, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I'm bringing you the Punch newspaper. It's going to be the last daily we'll look into this morning. Impeachment move, tension in Rivers as Assembly serves Fubara misconduct notice. Page 2 holds that story, and it's got one writer to it. Tantita tighten security. Lawmakers list 19 infractions against Governor Amechi. Camp kicks. Okay, I see that impeachment move. All right, you'd find that story on page 2 of the Punch. Let's punch you with this one too as well. Niger fuel crisis. Customs marketers differ as 400 border filling stations shut. Page 23. It's got that story. Just above the Punch newspaper banner now, the heights, the peak, the apogee, the zenith of it, the top of it. Wike revokes 4,794 FCT land titles over 6.9 billion naira ground rent. Page 22 to page 7. SGF distances self from AIDS 10 billion naira fraud probe. Page 7. Page 2. Anti-Tinubu coalition. APC others attack El Rufai Atiku as plot thickens. 2027. Gonna be quite a show. Amosun Dangote differ over cement plant demolition. Page 7. Military attacks. That is the kicker now. Electricity workers, discos blame federal government, threaten strike. All right, page 24. You'd find that story. Corpa, who criticized Tinubu under pressure to apologize. Activists are saying that now. And this one you would find on page 30. I've got sharp eyes. Now to page 5. 4 feared killed in Ogun cult clashes. And the very last one that I'm bringing to you with the Punch newspaper this morning is Lagos PDP attacks Jandor over return to APC. All right, page 19. And let's just head out and go on a recess. We will be right back in a short bit. And when we do come back, it's going to be you having your voice heard loudly and clearly.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
There's power in this place.
Abuja, get ready for 3 extraordinary nights of completeness with Pastor Chris, tagged Upward and Forward Only.
The program at Abuja is taking place 21st to 23rd of March at the National Stadium.
From Friday the 21st to Sunday, 23rd March 2025 by 3 p.m. daily. Come encounter the glory and power of God to change all situations by the word of God with healing and deliverance. For more information, call 0704-676-5982 or 0902-919-3669. Powered by Christ Embassy, giving your life a meaning.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Chai! What happen, bros? Now this Ramadan promo where they bust my head though.
Ramadan promo?
Yes, so the Ramadan promo from my Abuja Home Limited, their real estate company where they support small man to rise. You remember last year, my Abuja Home gave back 500 plots for free.
I remember, people rush the land now.
Then they run am again oh. My Abuja Home Limited for their land where they for Payco Gwagwalada for Abuja FCT. Then they give out another 300 plots for free in their Ramadan promo.
300 plots for free again?
Yes, 300 plots only. No be just any land oh. Now FCT Abuja land bros. Just pay the money for legal and admin and you don't become landowner like me.
How much, bros?
If you want 250 square meter plot, you pay only 700,000. And for 500 square meter plot, you pay 1 million only. But the promo dey finish soon oh. It dey finish soon oh.
Wow, 700,000 and 1 million naira. Very affordable. Ramadan promo. Help me, bros, before the land finish.
Just call 080-888-37426, 080-888-37426 or 080-827-23824, 080-827-23824 or visit their website www.myabujahome.com. My Abuja Home. Live the life.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
You're still tuning and locked on to The Pages, the newspaper review segment of the Eagles Morning Risers Breakfast Show, where we start your day the right way. And we'll be taking your reactions now. You get to let us into your 2 cents. Let us know which of these headlines, pops at you, jumps at you, tickles your fancy, or begs for your reaction. All right, taking this call now. Hello and good morning.
Mr. Daniel, good morning.
Oh, good morning to you, please.
Apostle Osman from the line.
Welcome aboard, Apostle.
Yes, my take goes like this. I don't know whether we're still practicing democracy system of government, whereby whereby we have the right to say, voice out our mind when things are not easy. The young couple that voice out her mind that the things are not bad, the things are bad. It's not a wrong thing to voice out, but they say that they should arrest her for prosecution. Is not good. And this House of Assembly in River State, who have been issuing a letter of misconduct to the governor, what of their own wrongdoing? They leave the party that brought them to the House of Assembly, jump over another party. Is it not a wrongdoing? These people that find themselves in a corridor of leadership, they should help this country called Nigeria. What we are hearing everywhere, killing. They are there doing politics with things that are not supposed to be doing politics. It's very unfair. I rest my case there in this area. My name remains Apostle also like aka Mokenewe. God bless you for the good update.
Thank you so much, Apostle also live right there. Giving us his 2 cents. Well, you also want to jump in on this. Like, I really want to hear from our mothers, from the female in Nigeria. Please, where are you females of Nigeria? Come and speak out. Let's get to hear you loudly and clearly now. 0907-353-0044 is that number. Hello, good morning. Yes.
Hello, good morning. My name is GB.
GB, welcome. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Gabi.
All right, talk to us, GB. Welcome aboard.
Yes. What the copper said, showing her displeasure or the hardship, the high price of things, there's no problem with it. Many people have said, even on this radio, they have lamented the price is high. They cannot call our own father a terrible man. That my father, you pay to pay my school fee, you are a terrible man. Can you look at the father face to face? Our father face to face and tell my father, you pay to pay my school fee, you are a terrible man. Let's say the reality. Nobody is against anybody. I mean, people have been saying that something is said in that place that has been wanted. And the person say, I'm hard leader can clear the challenges are there. But to call a man that is old enough to be your grandfather and say you are a terrible man. You know, you say the government is terrible. You say, Mr. President, you are terrible. Can you look at the father face to face?
Yes,
if I call on this radio and I make that statement, will you accept it on your own radio? Nobody call and say, President, you are terrible man. Will you accept it? Let's say reality. People like to complain, express your grievances, but you have a limit. As parents, I can't allow my child to say that in the public. In fact, as a father, I will have come on radio to and say, look, what you have done is wrong. And I will rebuke that child for doing so. If I'm my father, I will come on social media and say, look, I did not train you this way. They're looking at River State. They have listed the sin of the governor. Let him defend himself. And let it be stated that the lawmaker by court has said that the lawmaker are valid lawmakers, and that the governor has no right to declare them their seat vacant, and that no court, underlining no court, can declare the seat of any lawmakers vacant, only the speaker of the house. Somebody who has said that they are committed by the country, there are no evidence before the court that they have become. So they are valid PDP lawmaker and they are valid River State lawmaker. Let the governor go and defend himself for keeping their salary for the past more than 12 months. For demolishing their house of assembly, for appointing the commissioner without them approving it. Go there, defend yourself.
Okay.
If they find not good things in there, the development constitution is transfixed, it's worth it.
All right,
and therefore, El-Rufai, he will soon put you loud. El-Rufai will soon put you loud because nobody joining him in that his journey. It's a solo ride. I'm telling you. He will soon finish. The gas will soon finish because nobody, all the people who join him have left him. They say no, they are not coming. Let me tell you, nobody will leave PDP and LCC to go and join SDP and contest for any meaningful election in Nigeria. Mark it. I'm telling you,
right,
he will
JB.
lose hopefully.
Right,
and today we have only vibrant party. PDP and LCC. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you, GB. GB right there said quite a number of things, and enumerating, from the place of the core member and his stance on the matter, as well as they're getting into the River State combustion logjam going on in there, as well as the matters that concerns El-Rufai, who has gone on a rampage against the APC, rallying, leaders, past leaders, well-meaning Nigerians, in view of a 2027. In fact, the APC have come out to say, El-Rufai, you're just pained that the ministerial slots, you missed it. you are not given. All right. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. I better drink water. I hope water don't hear you here. My name is Nami. Oh, who does that?
Yes, baby.
Nigeria matter no go tire for us. So where my second now, my sister now.
She did all right. She did fine.
Where you keep her, maybe we do the house of ourselves. My name is Baby Bless. I call it from Otaka. I greet our friends, I greet everybody. You see, when you throw stone, you don't know who the stone will meet. You know what is happening for River State, bah? Now your state, if you like, you scatter, if you like, you repel her. We no go put mark for this matter again because more we talk, more the thing they enter their body that they do more. But we beg yes we can may with this man settle. No matter anyhow, now he bring her come. As we know what bow down for her. Now that they fire excuse to preach her come out. Remember when you come up person food from mouth, your children is going to receive the punishment. But in anything now fasting we do, we supposed to forgive each other. Don't claim enmity for the community. It's not good because now innocent people go die to where this thing start now. We don't know if we don't know who go carry the message. What I want to tell you, Suike, may you forget and forgive. Let peace reign for River State. Right. And people when they go come out for party job for another party, what will be the problem? What will be the good where they go give us? Why you cannot stay where you dey? Repair what is no good. Carry them must go and tell president, this is no good, do this thing right, do this thing right. So that if you not do this way, we still vote you come out. You feel that they're on my own, and my president, you go stay there 8 years and you must finish it. Bye-bye. No more problem. Bye-bye.
Appreciate this one from you, BB. BB says, oh, come on. Somebody should come. Let's go and beg the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike. Please now. Please. Settle with Siminalai Fubara now. Please. Let peace reign. Enough is enough. You guys not tired already so we can face progressive discourse and conversations. What exactly is wrong with both of you? All right, let's go hear from you now. Hello, good morning.
Mr. Udwa.
Yes, please. Good morning. Is this Honorable Edwards?
Of course.
Okay, Honorable Edwards, welcome aboard. Awesome. Talk to us, Honorable.
Sorry, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, Honorable Edwards.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You see, I am a politician.
Yeah.
Being in the legislature, I'm not a lawyer. I think you're a lawyer. I'm sure you're a lawyer.
Oh, well.
You know how what the law says. The truth of the matter about River State is that the case is in the court.
Okay.
So let the court decide. Any case that is in the court, any case at all that is in the court, nobody has the right again. So, to tell whether the people were is the only person to declare their seat back up. Who was the speaker, whether legal or legally? Legally in this particular case, who was the speaker? That was a crisis. So it's in the court. Let the court judge. That judgment will not be passed. That the captain, that judgment will not be passed. Is still in the court of the law. So why can't you respect our judiciary and allow them to do the right thing? Our National Assembly members donating money to as their contribution to humanitarian work that Mr. President is doing. Why can't we appreciate our National Assembly for once? It's a welcome development. Kudos to them. You have a bill that would arrange the bill for them because we expect these are the things that we have been talking about.
Okay. So, Honorable Edwards.
Thank you.
They donated it. Okay. Thank you so much.
They're done well. No, see.
Yeah.
This is our country.
Okay.
I'm a bad today. I'm trying to be good tomorrow. That's it. I will continue ever being a bad person.
Right. Okay.
So if Mr. Asema are doing things like this, why can't we respect them? Why can't we appreciate them? So that, see, this war there for only 4 years. Another people will come, will take over from there.
Okay.
So that those that are coming in will do the right thing. Thank you, and God bless
I
you.
appreciate you, Honorable Edward. Says ring the bell for the National Assembly. I mean, they donated. Is it a 700 and something million now? Well, I should really go fact check that again, right? But some very huge, humongous donation, has come from the National Assembly, to Mr. President right there, supporting, saying we stand by you, Mr. President. And if this is all we can do, to stand by you, to let you know that we are in full support, with what you're doing and everything, well, why not? We will do this over and over and over again just for you, Mr. President. Okay. But yeah, while that is still, there, it is very, very poignant to let you in on the fact that Desiani, as former Minister of Petroleum Resources, Desiani Alison Madueke has approached the Federal High Court in Abuja, begging it to stop the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, from selling off all the property seized from her. Please don't seize all of my properties. The buyers are already there. They're like vultures. They want to devour and all of that. So some concern she has raised. But well, we will see what that will really amount to in the end. But I see a couple of messages right here via the WhatsApp portal, which is 0909-705-4450. So we'll just go take that in a short bit. But let's take this call, though. Hello and good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, please.
My brother.
Top of the morning to you.
Daniel.
My brother. Good morning, my brother. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Comrade Ulobasi.
Comrade Ulobasi. Feels good. Feels good to hear your voice. Appreciate. You're calling from where, though?
What are you saying?
Where are you calling from, though?
I'm calling from Buhari
okay.
Local Government in Abuja.
Awesome. Talk to us, comrade.
Yes, sir. Please, I want to just say something about this youth couple that has been victimized, victimized for calling under the president, this or that. What the youth couple said was that the situation that we are is terrible. The youth couple didn't call the president terrible, but the situation that we are is terrible, which is a very clear case. So there is no need victimizing that lady or that girl about whatever is going on. I know she's being pressed to say one thing or the other. Another thing I would like to say is that in Port Harcourt, everybody has a state to go back to. Everybody has a home, and there's no place like home. Of course, we are going to hear that. So if Wike and Forwarder cannot, reconcile, they should remember their children one day, even if they are in London or in the UK, they will go back to their home state one day. And that is one thing everybody should bear in mind. And we have to also understand that many of the promises made to civil servants and their retirees, just as they did to NYS, it has not been fulfilled. And in fact, concerning the retirees, they were saying that their allowances or whatever, the pension will be raised to 32,000. Up to now, getting to a year, nothing has been done. And that is also what is happening to other promises made to the civil servants.
Okay.
So the situation we are is terrible.
Okay.
That is what I want to say. God bless you, sir.
All right, appreciate that one. Says the situation that we are in right now is indeed terrible. Okay, Comrade Ulobasi. But we'll just put a peg to the voice calls now. Let's head out and see what the WhatsApp voice notes as well as the WhatsApp messages hold, in the view of the discourse this morning. Keep in mind that this is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja's the pages. Now, I see this message via the Facebook page wall, and this one is coming from Ozor Francis, and the man is watching live from Amagunze in Enugu State. Thank you, Ozor. Says, good morning, my distinguished analyst in the studio. Good morning to you too, Ozor. The Rivers State House of Assembly should tread with caution and avoid any act that will throw the state into jeopardy and political instability. Any ploy to unseat Fubara may cause more confusion and crisis in the state. Right? Says thanks and God bless. Okay, God bless you too. Well, let's go see this one via the WhatsApp page wall now. Let's go see. All right. This one right here says, anyone that supports that core member is not being fair. What is the moral standing on the issue of defection? In fact, if you see your senior in politics, you should know. And Fibera, I think he should just step aside. Sanusi is messaging from Suleja, says, good morning to you too, Sanusi. All right, Usman Daura, I see network wahala, don't worry. Let's hope it will drop just before, the end of this very segment. But this will be James, all the way from Suleja, says, top of the morning to you, Sire. UD goes, thank you, my brother. Sire James says, isn't it laughable that the same NYC who summoned the core member were nowhere to be found when she turned up to the office of the local LGI? Right? Please let the government fanboys tell us exactly what a crime or offense is. Up until this moment, not even one person have categorically stated her offense or crime. There's difference between being a terrible person and being terrible at a job. Saying a person is terrible is referring to the person's character. Saying he's terrible is a terrible president is referring to how he does the job. We can continue to want to justify lawlessness because it's part of our job description. Didn't the president promise 77,000 naira to core members time and time again? Some question James is asking now. Hope we do know that corpers are advised in the NYSC handbook to have family members on standby with ransom when plying some certain routes. Really? Okay, James, I need to confirm that. But well, if that is so, then it's really sad. Okay, so we see this one here. I don't know your name. You didn't quite give us your name, so I'm not really going to be taking that one. But yeah, you're just saying well done. All right, appreciate, thank you. And to this one here, it's coming from Innocent, all the way from Suleja in Niger State. Good morning, UD. Good morning to you too. Any father who has the means to cater for his children and pay their school fees but does the contrary, causing pain for them, is a terrible person. Even the good book notes that a responsible man will not give his children snake for fish, right, or stone for bread. The young youth core member was simply voicing out on behalf of millions facing same existential challenges as they see many dying gradually and daily. Thank you. Okay, Innocent right there. All right, Akamata from Federal Housing in Lugbe. The way some officials and politicians are behaving, I begin to wonder the difference between military rule and democratic rule. The economy is really terrible. All right, Kamata saying that. Now let's go to your voice notes now and give aid to your voice notes as we also get to hear from you this morning. All right, starting off with Selassie now this morning.
Good morning, Barrister.
Okay.
My name is Senator Obasanjo. I'm calling you all the way from Lapai, Niger State. Barrister, Bishop Kuka has been given appointment. During Buhari, Pantami has been given an appointment to Sheikh Pantami. We all knew what played down during Pantami issue, the NIN, the whatever seems registration. A lot of money has been put into that place. Nothing has been shown face. Now today, the leader of the bishops of Sokoto Diocese has been given appointment today, which you knew, everybody knew. Bishop Kuka is the mouthpiece of many Nigerians, the Southern Kadunans especially. But it's a question I want to ask: does a religious leader need to receive appointment from the politicians, the corrupt politicians? If you go back to the history of Bible, they will tell you when the Meshach and Abednego, a king, give them appointment. They refused that appointment. Why? Because they knew that appointment was corrupt. That king was corrupt. President Tinubu is not corrupt.
Oh, Baba Obasanjo, please now. I don't know. Let's not do this. But anyways, I get we all get your point and all of that. But you cannot substantiate these things, all right? So you don't put yourself in trouble, or so you don't actually land yourself in a mess that you don't have facts to prove substantial. Because of course in Nigeria now it's about fact. Where is your proof? Give us proof. We want to see it. So if you don't have it, please let's be very cautious of what we say and the things that we are putting out there, so that we don't misinform and disinform. Okay, well, Selassie, let's go take the
good morning, Udwak Daniel, the man with the golden voice.
Selassie.
Good morning to Abdul Fransuleja, Usman Daura, Bibi Blessing, the woman of microphone. Triple D from Wari is the long that I heard from him. I agree. Abubakar from Masaka, Abubakar from Gwagwalada, Felix from Lambata. I need to talk about what is happening with these old politicians. Now they have served notice to Fubara, him and his deputy, to be impeached. So if they impeach, then Amafule will become the governor. So we are waiting to see how it will play on. All that I know, no crown remain for someone hit forever. Today you are in power, tomorrow you will be out of power. So these are the things. So I want to sincerely appreciate you for always giving us the privilege to call, to contribute, most especially in this largest family. And I talk about El Rufai again. See, most these politicians, they are there for their own selfish interests. I didn't think El Rufai was given ministerial position. Will El Rufai must have complained? They couldn't give him, and now he's complaining. It's our old wine in the new bottles. All these politicians dictating from one party to the other, they are there for their own selfish interests. The masses should be wise. Thank you.
All right. Selassie, straight on, head on, spot on, you put it. Okay, Usman Daura.
Good morning, Mr. Odwok Daniel. Usman Daura is my name. Let me comment on the APC saying that El Rufai is traumatized. He is not traumatized, rather. APC is traumatized, confused, misleading, and lacking focus. APC will go down. APC will never win election again, inshallah, in Nigeria. I want to see how they are going to win election again. So they should stop blaming El Rufai. They should rather blame their leaders for introducing reforms that are not working, policies that are impacting on the lives of the citizens. So it's not what El Rufai. Nigerians are tired. Your policies, your programs, whatever you call it, will cost you at the end of the day. I'm waiting to see how APC will go to Kano, Kaduna, Katsina, Bauchi, Sokoto, Osho, Anambra, and campaign. Campaign on what? They should stop deceiving themselves. Incompetency factor will never work. Nigerians are tired, but the grace of APC will go down. Isn't like Allah. So they should stop being El Rufai. No, Nigerians are not happy with APC government. He is saying the right thing. I think he's going to injure them. He will expose them because he is sound. He knows what he is doing. Unlike innocent people failed in this government. We are waiting. Again, APC is traumatized, not El Rufai. Bye.
Okay. All right, Osman, I get that. It says APC will go down. It sounds the alarm, coming from a place of assuredness. But yes, let's see. We can't go any further. I mean, I'd love to, even though the phone lines are beeping. Well, we'll be looking into the River State crisis, especially looking into matters that border around and about the supposed, removal from office, impeachment processes, and all of that. And of course, get some conversations on right there. I mean, there's been a 19 scenes that has been held against Fubara. What will it be? How will that go? And what's going to be the outcome? Well, this is where we call it close. But then the breakfast show is still ongoing, and Vicky Vic will be here. Sports on Eagles Wings coming right up. Thank you, Far Too Kind, for adding your voice. 9 o'clock. We'll be back here to talk about politics and current affairs. Don't go away.